Hello everyone, welcome back. Savert is here, coming back with part 8 of What If Deku Had the Death Note. Now, our last left off, and I will not gonna just bother you with any informations other than, a quick recap, that Izuku has meet up with a person that, well, saved him from the police officers before they knew who he is. Being none other than Toga Himiko, the holder of the second Death Note, and someone that liked Izuku. Izuku saw her and agreed to keep her with him, so he might, have some usefulness out of her, or something like that. Anyways, now before we get right into it, guys, don't forget to like, subscribe, and let's just get right into it. As right now we continue, and the next day Izuku waking up in the morning, getting out, talking with his mother, Bakugo's still in the hospital, yeah, that's one thing. And he decided to go into UA. But while he's going into UA, let's cut into Bakugo that's right now in the hospital. And immediately, of course, the recovery guard coming closer to him, and Bakugo said, "So, what's wrong?" "Well, Bakugo, you are very perfectly fine. Your body is okay and you can go, but I have one thing that I want to tell you. It seems that your quirk has awakened." What? What is that?" "Well, a quirk awakening is when a quirk or a person being put in a very hard situation which will result in his quirk to evolve into another level so he can survive. And that's basically what happened with you and the USJ. And maybe that's the reason why you managed to defeat that, Nomu. Your explosions got much more stronger and much more better. And I would suggest you try to train on using your explosions inside your legs. Maybe that will gonna be an extra other ability of yours. Alright. Thanks, recovery girl. Don't worry. Now rest, and maybe tomorrow you can go, or if you want you can go back today. I just want to make sure that you're okay. Yeah, I think I'm gonna go back now. Thank you for everything. As Baku just stand up, taking his shit, changing his clothes and going back into, Inko house because today is a free day for him from the school because, the incident. Izuku going into UA and everything happened. The teacher, told them that they were gonna have 2 weeks, off because the USJ and also that the sport festival will gonna start after 2 weeks. So, Izuku decided that it might be good to train, and Shinso and Izuku right now walking out of UA as Shinso said, "So, Midori, are we going to train tomorrow?" As Izuku said, yeah, Shinso, we should train. I'm sure that this is our chance to get into the hero course, or at least it's your chance." "My chance? Don't you want to get into the hero course too?" "Well, I'm quirkless. I mean, I can't really do a lot. But your quirk will be great, and I'll make sure that I will gonna help you to get into the hero course, Shinso." As Shinso said, "But how exactly?" As Izuku said, "Don't worry, I have a plan in mind. A plan that it will gonna work. All according to Keikagu." Keika what? Keikagu, which means plan. Oh, what is that? Why are you saying that? Seem kinda dark. Oh, it's just a habit. I like to say it as a nice name. "So, Shinso, see you tomorrow at the forest?" As Shinso said, "Alright, and whatever you are planning with your little Keikagu thing, I hope that it will gonna work." As Izuku said, "Don't worry, I never fail my plans. My plans always work." As Izuku just ran off, and behind of him, of course, the flying figure of Ryuk saying, "Your plans always work? Did you forget the time when you were about to be caught by the police officers?" "Well, my plans, most of them work. And also, I have a very big plan today for the next 2 weeks. I know exactly what to do, and it will gonna be such a jump into the future. That's will gonna make me one step further into making a new world." "I'm interested to know what exactly your plan this time, or your little Keikagu." As Izuku said, "Don't worry, You'll understand everything. Let's go back into the, as, going back into the house and meeting with Bakugo, everything, as Izuku just sit down on his laptop and starts, going through the informations that he have, the police informations, killing some fake heroes and some villains, while he calling Toga on the phone telling her to do the same, because right now they cannot meet. But Izuku told her that they can meet, at the Friday, because he have a free day, and Toga agreed to that. She start killing some people, while Izuku also start, killing some people. Just basically making lots of kills, as Izuku just sitting down on his notebook and start preparing some things, or the death note, as Ryuk said. By the way, Izuku, I have one question. It's not like I am against you killing people or something, it's just, why did you kill more than that kid Kirishima and the teacher, and also, what was his name? Denki, and a couple other, students? As Izuku said, well, that's a simple question. It was all according to my plan. What plan? Can you please just tell me? As Izuku said, alright, I'm gonna tell you. You see, I want Shinso to get into Class 1A, and if I want that to happen, I'm gonna have to execute some of the students there to give him a place to, to give him a desk there to sit on. And since I already know that the sport festival was going to be held after 2 weeks, since I always watched the sport festival when I was a little kid, and I always know when it will gonna start. I just thought that it will be the perfect time to get Shinso into Class 1A. Now the question is, is he going to accept the plan or not? What exactly your plan? As Izuku said, if I told you, the surprise will gonna be ruined. I thought that you like to enjoy yourself, right, Ryuk? Always like to see things play out and to see interesting things. Alright, I'll not ask you anymore. Just, I hope that it's worth the wait. As Izuku said, I need to stop laughing. Bakugo or my mother will gonna hear me and they will gonna start thinking that I'm crazy or something. It's just that it will be perfect. I just cannot sleep tonight. I just feel so excited. As Ryuk said, well, good for you. As Izuku just continued for the rest of the night, doing his work, until finally ending up from everything looking at his, death page on the dark web and everything, and in the end, going into the forest to train with Shinso. He meets there with Shinso talking with him. Izuku start telling him that how he should train his quirk, telling him that maybe he should try it on animals, but technically Izuku found out that Shinso cannot, brainwash animals. He was just hoping so. In the end, Izuku trained him to, martial arts and some movements, and also his brainwash quirk to make it more effective, and other things. After all, Izuku and Shinso are very good friends. And in the end, Izuku left Shinso alone, and immediately he called on a number for someone to call him. And right now it's nighttime because Izuku's walking back to his house, but he changed his way into an alleyway and said, "Hey, Aoyama?" As on the other, Aoyama said, Izuku, what is it? Reaper have a message for your League of Villains, and he want to work with them. So, you will gonna come into this coordinates right now. Can you just make it now, Aoyama? Or should your mother and father kill each other while they are asleep? As Aoyama said, alright, just leave my mother and father out of this. I will gonna get Reaper message into them, just tell me where should I meet you. As Izuku gave him the coordinates, Aoyama come close to the place and said, so, what is the thing? As Izuku said, here, take this USB. Give it to the League of Villains. It's a record message from Reaper. He want to talk with them, maybe they can work together. As Aoyama said, but isn't he killing villains? Isn't that the... As Izuku said, he's trying to build a new world where everyone can live in harmony. Even if it will gonna mean that he will need to work with villains. Though they, what they call it, I forgot what was it. This was something like, whatever. It's all for the greater good, as Aoyama said. Alright, I'll gonna make sure that it will gonna go into the hand of the League of Villains, as Izuku said, yeah, okay, and you never saw me. As Izuku just left the place, immediately going back into his house, training with Shinso for the rest of a couple of days, talking with Bakugo trying to train with Izuku a little bit, and he, gone into with the date with Toga and the Friday, just like I said, and right now they both are just walking down the street and it's nighttime. As Toga said, so Izu, what are we going to do today? I'm really excited. Where are you going to take me? As Izuku said, I will gonna take you into a special place, Toga. Oh, really? What is it? I'm so excited. Please tell me, please. Well, the surprise will gonna be ruined. As behind of them, Ryuk and, Rem are just standing looking at each other and just looking on Toga while she just holding Izuku's arm, resting her head on his shoulder. As Ryuk said, young love, eh? Rem? As Rem said, yeah. As Ryuk said, I know that you like romance stuff, right? So why don't you seem happy? It's just, I'm not okay with him. He seemed weird. At the same time, he seemed like he kinda like her. I just want to protect Toga. Don't worry, Izuku's not that bad of a guy. He's a good kid. And also, he's so entertaining. As Rem said, so what is your point, Ryuk? Why are you even in here? I thought that you... in prison? And the Shinigami ward stuck inside a little cell or something? Well, you can say that I got tired of just sitting down. I wanted something new. I want to make that thing happen again, you know? After all, I just enjoy watching interesting things. Whatever you want, Ryuk. Just stay away from Toga. I'm not gonna kill anyone. He's the one that will gonna do all the job. And I'll have to say that I really like this kid. Do you like your own little Toga? Yeah, I like her. She's a very nice girl. As much as she's crazy, she's so nice. As after that, while that happening, Toga is just kissing Izuku on his cheek, which gets Rem a little bit, irritating. Getting a little bit, angry. As after that, Toga said, so, what is the place? As Izuku said, voila. As he's standing in front of such a great restaurant. It's like 5 stars restaurant. Something that not normal people is normally eating in. As Toga said, but isn't this too expensive? Not for me. As Izuku come inside and the guy said, hey, what are you doing here? As Izuku said, Izuku Midoriya, you're gonna find me on the list. As he just looking through his list and he actually found Izuku. As he said, Mr. Izuku Midoriya and Toga Himiko, I believe? Great. Your table is ready in the VIP section. As he just opened the door for them to come inside. Izuku and Toga come inside the restaurant and start eating some food with some nice music on, and Toga's just enjoying her time with Izuku, just laughing with her, talking about the things that she loves and all the kind of things that she also loves, like blood, knife, cats, and other things. Basically, he know exactly what Toga wants and he know how to give it to her, which kinda, make him quite okay, because Izuku actually made some research about her. He didn't just, go around and not doing something that she doesn't like. He tired himself to do this, which, she like romance shows, so she is okay with this right now. In the end, Izuku and Toga just leave the restaurant, going to play some games in the arcade and other things like that. Izuku let Toga win a couple of times, he won himself a couple of times, he bought her, a teddy bear, and, well, things happened. In the end, Izuku started walking Toga back into her house and said, I enjoyed my time with you so much, Izu, as she just, coming closer to him and wrapping her hands around his neck, as she said, I always wondered how your blood tastes like. or how you taste like, as Izuku said, no, not yet, as he just put his finger on, well, Toga lips, as Toga said, just please, one, just one, as after that Izuku said, no, I'm still new to this, and I still doesn't know you very well, as Toga said, but I really like you, just one kiss, please, as Izuku said, in the future, maybe you'll never gonna get it. Just go and, take a rest. As Toga said, you're no fun. Alright. But either way, I enjoyed my time with you. I hope we can do it again. As Izuku said, me too, as he just smiled and leave the place. Going back into his house, and Ryuko said, I hope that you enjoyed your little date. As Izuku said, yeah, it wasn't something big. It's just, I managed to know a lot about her, like, her family is one of the, not, a known family. They are, people that been known through the society. So when she, got her quirk, blood, what was it called? Transformations? Yeah. Her family really tried to make her hide her quirk. What a horrible thing, right? Her quirk, needs some blood, and her family is not accepting that, and nobody will gonna accept her. As Ryuko said, except you. As Izuku said, yeah, except me. As Ryuko said, well, maybe you should start walking so fast back into your house because someone is watching you. As after that, Izuku getting surprised and said under his breath, someone is watching me? As immediately he just took his phone and started looking into the screen, as before he turned on, before he turned on the screen, he just saw inside the phone of his screen, inside his screen phone, that someone is walking behind of him, someone wearing a black coat with a black hat. So Izuku just opened the phone and just took a selfie for himself to make the guy not feel any suspicious about him. Izuku put the phone back in his pocket, and Ryuko said, did you see it? Yeah, I saw him. Just saying that under his breath, and said, who's that guy? I wish that Toga was me now. Maybe I would have killed him already, but that will be a stupid thing. As immediately Izuku starts walking back into his house, and the guy really didn't do anything, he just walked past Izuku. In the end, Izuku go back to his room, and the other week ended, and finally the sport festival started. Inko and, going with Toga into the sport festival, arena, she and Toga is just sitting by each other's side, since, of course, Inko doesn't know anything about Toga backstory or anything about her, other than she's just liking Izuku and they were friends and just dating. Baku also know that, which make him kinda angry because Izuku got a girlfriend before him, and kinda make him a little bit relieved seeing that Izuku is really walking with his life, getting his mind off of the idea of him being the reason of the death of, well, someone. As immediately, now down at the sport festival, Izuku standing by the side of Shinso, and Shinso said, hey, Midoriya. As Izuku said, yeah, Shinso? Good luck. I have an idea. Would you like to join me? As Izuku said, sure, what is it? As Shinso starts speaking inside Izuku's ear, which make Izuku really like this idea. After that, President Mike said, well, hello and welcome everyone to the sports festival for the UA. Now, today you will be seeing a lots of such a talented students fighting against each other, and a lots of different kind of missions or tests, to say the least. Now, sorry, sorry everyone. I mean, Vlad, what do you say? As Vlad said, just turning off the mics and said, President Mike, I know it's hard on you losing Aizawa, but you need to get your mind off of that thing. We need you now. It's easy for you to say it. Aizawa was my best friend and he just died. You really think that I like it? I'm just screaming in happiness while hiding my true feelings. It's just hurting me. As he started tearing up, but immediately Vlad said, yeah, I know. But now the people need you. Please try to focus. As President Mike swept away his tears and said, Aizawa wouldn't like me to cry like this like a little baby, so Alright, but could you please be the one to do that? Alright. You get a rest. I will gonna speak up. As immediately he turned on the mic again, and after that he said, "Hello everyone to the sport festival. Today you will gonna see the talents of Class 1B that will gonna beat the living shit out of Class 1A. Now, Monoma, do what I told you to do, and don't disappoint me. Beat the living shit out of the rest of the students. Come on, Class 1B, I know that you can." As Izuku said, "Is he seriously talking?" As Shinso said, "Whatever, I mean, he is the teacher of Class 1B after all." As after that, Monoma start laughing his ass off with the rest of, Class 1B, kidding. Some of them getting a little bit shy, some of them getting a little bit excited because their teacher is, encouraging them. After that, Midnight giving them the sign to go into the first part of the sport festival, the race. Once the race started, Izuku, stopped before he walked in and just go back once he saw that the ice start covering the whole place. Shinso told him, "Don't worry, I have an idea for this," as he have already brainwashed a couple of students before the sport festival started, which immediately helped Izuku and Shinso to break through the ice. After all, Izuku and Shinso being carried around by the couple of students that Shinso have brainwashed until the end of the sport festival. Maybe Izuku and Shinso didn't get the first places, but they sure has managed to get through the first part. As Izuku said, "Thanks, Shinso." As Shinso said, "Don't worry, after all, that was your idea." As Shinso told everyone to forget what happened in the last couple of minutes, which immediately made them not even thinking they were brainwashed. As after that, the second part starts, Izuku and Shinso are on the same team. Shinso and Izuku just helping each other. Izuku, giving him a plan, telling him where the people are attacking from, and some other things, because he's the mind and Shinso is the power, technically. After all, Izuku and Shinso managed to brainwash a couple of people, forcing them to give them their points to them, and win the second part of the sport festival. And finally, the third part, the 1v1 battles. Izuku and Shinso right now just sitting by each other's side, basically high-fiving each other, and after that Vlad said, "Well, for the first part of the sport festival, it will be the last part of the sport festival, it will be the 1v1 battle, and we will gonna start this off with Izuku Midoriya against Shinso." As Izuku and Shinso looking at each other, and Izuku said, "Are you going to brainwash me before we get even into the ring?" "No. Let this be a fair fight." As Izuku said, "Alright, but remember, I still have the plan. I didn't tell you about it yet." As Shinso said, "Yeah, what is your plan? You told me that you were gonna help me to get into the first place in the sport festival." As Izuku said, "Nobody ever managed to get into the first place of the sport festival. At least not in the general course. We were always so down. People were looking down at us while they are always looking up into the Class 1A and B. But this will gonna change, Shinso. I'll make sure that the people will gonna know that there is more greater quirks, that there is more greater people in the general course and other classes other than just those two classes A and B. I will gonna prove that we all should be on the same level of, treatment. All according to my Keikagu." As Shinso said, "You're talking like a villain now." As Izuku said, "Sorry, it's just, a weird habit." As from behind, Ryuki said, "Yeah, a weird habit." As after that, immediately, Izuku were about to go down into the arena by the side of Shinso, but someone jumping, inside the tunnel, saying "Izu," as immediately Izuku turning around to see Toga just jumping on him and kissing him on his cheek, as she said, good work, good work on getting into this point, and beat this, purple-haired kid ass." As after that, Izuku said, "Toga, stop this." As Shinso said, "Who is this? Is she your girlfriend?" As Toga said, "Yeah, and Izuku will gonna beat you up. Just wait for it." As Shinso said, "So she's your girlfriend?" "Well, I'm not gonna ask you." As Izuku said, "Yeah, she's my girlfriend. This is Toga, Shinso, Toga, Shinso. We are friends, Toga. You should not call him a, a purple-haired kid. As after that, Toga said, "Alright, if you are the friend of Izuku, then you are a friend of mine." As he just shake the hand of Izuku, Toga, and she just whispered to his ear, saying, "Izuku will gonna beat you up." But immediately, Izuku just leaving Toga, telling her to go back by the side of his mother. Shinso telling her, Izuku that he have a beautiful girl, and also she's kinda looking, a good girl. As Izuku just got into the ring with Shinso immediately. Midnight said, "Alright everyone, 3, 2, 1, start!" As once the fighting starts, Shinso was about to go rushing into Izuku to attack him, but Izuku just lifting his right hand up in the air and said, "I give up." As immediately, everyone getting surprised by this. And, well, when Izuku got inside the ring, Ryuka's hiding until, under the tunnel, because if we were gonna stand in the middle of the ring, All Might will be sure to see him. That's something that Izuku sure of. If he will gonna step inside the ring with, Ryuk, All Might will gonna see him. So Ryuk was always trying to hide away from All Might. Izuku telling him that he will gonna give him apples if he just continued to hide. In the end, Shinso said, "Wait, what?" As Izuku said, "I give up. I know that I cannot win, so it's your win." As after that, Izuku started walking from the ring out, and Shinso said, "Hey, come back here, Midoriya." As Midnight said, "Alright." Shinso wins into the next match, as Shinso coming after Izuku into the tunnel and said, "Why did you do that, Izuku?" "Because that was the first part of my plan, Shinso." "Your plan?" "Yeah. Now, as I already have memorized the fights, how they are will gonna go. Bakugo will gonna fight against Uraka from class 1B, from class 1A. Bakugo will gonna win for sure against her. The Vine Girl from class 1B against the Electric Boy, or not the Electric Boy, that kid is already dead." The Vine Girl will gonna also, go into the next match, and, Izuku start explaining about the matches, and telling him that he will gonna go next against, Shoto Todoroki, which will gonna be such a downside for Shinso, but Shinso said, "Then how am I should beat him?" As Izuku said, "Don't worry, I already have an idea for that." As after that, Izuku start walking with Shinso, and in the end, he knocked on the door of, the resting room of Class 1A. As after that, the door opened up, revealing Todoroki being the only one there, because he's just thinking to himself as he said, "Midoriya, you're the friend of Bakugo, right?" As Izuku said, "Yeah, Todoroki, nice to meet you." As Todoroki said, "What is it?" As Izuku said, "Yeah, I just want to give you an idea. You might think that you are strong, but I need to tell you that there's something dangerous is about to hit you." "Like what?" As he just opened the door fully, and after that Izuku said, explaining about a couple of things about Shinso. As after that he said, "Oh yeah, and Todoroki, one last thing." "What is it?" "Are we friends?" Saying that with Shinso at the same time, Todoroki answering the question, and the next match started, resulting in Todoroki walking out of the ring. As once that happened, Todoroki suddenly getting hold of himself and said, "Wait, what happened?" As he just see himself out of the ring, and after that Midnight said, "The winner is Shinso." As Shinso just smiling on Todoroki, and Todoroki said, "How did that happen? When did that happen?" "I doesn't remember anything. The only thing that I remember is someone knocking on the door, and I was in the resting room. What did I..." As after that, Shinso coming closer to Todoroki and said, "Nice fight, Todoroki." As Todoroki said, "Damn it," as he just hit the hand of Shinso away and leave the place. Immediately, Izuku sitting by the side of, his mother and, of course, Toga, because he already lost the matches, and Toga's like, "I can't believe that you just left the match, Izu. I'm angry at you." As Izuku said, "But I really cannot do anything." As Toga said, "I believe in you. Why didn't you believe in yourself?" As Izuku said, "Because I doesn't want to be a hero." As Toga said, "Whatever. I'm gonna forgive you later, but for now." As after that, Inko said, "Both of you are getting so well, huh, Izuku?" As Izuku said, "Yeah, Mom." And after that, immediately, Shinso coming closer to Izuku and said, "Midoriya, can I speak with you for a moment?" As Izuku said, "Alright, Shinso, what is it?" As they go, to speak with each other, and after that, Shinso said, Your plan have worked. Now what's the second thing? But don't you think this is just cheating? As Izuku said, cheating? Well, it's not cheating if no one will gonna know about it. It's all according to my Keikagu, Shinso, don't worry. Can you stop saying Keikagu? This is getting annoying. Just call it a plan. As Izuku said, it's just a habit. Now, one last thing. You have one last fight, and it will be against Bakugo, of course. As Shinso speak up and said, but you're not sure. Maybe Bakugo... I am sure, Shinso. Bakugo will not gonna lose that easily. I know him very well. And... as after that they only hear the sound of Vlad saying, Katsuki Bakugo wins and get into the final match. As Izuku said, see, I told you. Now there is only one thing. Make sure to stay in the dark. As Shinso said, I feel like this is wrong, Midoriya. As Izuku said, don't you want to be a hero, Shinso? I'm trying to help you to become a hero because you are my friend. It's just that you are scared of doing things that you necessarily need to do. You need to do this if you want to be a hero. No one will gonna ever accept you with your quirk. I'm sorry for saying it, but it's just that's the only way that I can think of. You have your chance to get into Class 1A. Getting in the first place of the sport festival will be such an amazing thing, Shinso. Everyone will gonna look up to you. Every single person in the general course and the support course, heck, even in Class 1B. All of them will gonna look up to you as the person that broke all the records. The person that go even further beyond that gone plus ultra. Even the teachers of Class 1A will gonna, look at you as something special. Someone that break everyone expectations or whatever. As Shinso said, you're really good at making words, huh, Izuku? As Izuku said, Shinso, I know that you want to be a hero, and I will gonna help you, because that's what a real friend do. As Shinso just looking down, and after that he said, thanks, Midoriya. I'm really happy to have a friend as you. As Izuku said, don't worry, why am I even here? But the thing is not ended yet. It's only left Bakugo. Now, just like we did with Todoroki, stay in the dark. Alright. As after that, Izuku go to talk with Bakugo, and Izuku said, hey, Kachan! As Bakugo said, oh, yeah, Izuku. Good job there on the fighting. As, of course, Bakugo said, yeah. Why did you give up in your first match? As Izuku said, I already told you, I doesn't want to be a hero anymore. Well, yeah, but at least you could have shown some people what you can do. As Izuku said, nah, I'm not really in the mood. The sports festival is not something big for me, but you know what is, better than just the sports festival? Yeah, what is it? A true friend like you, Bakugo. That's my real prize. Thank you. Why are you talking like this? Well, Bakugo, can I ask you a question? Yeah, sure, what is it? Are we friends? As seeing that at the same time with Shinso, Bakugo answered and saying, yeah, of course we are. As he got under the mind control, and Shinso coming out of the corner and said, so, is he okay? As Izuku said, yeah, he's under the mind control. Now, all what we have to do is just get him in the arena, and after that, all what you gotta do is just make sure that you will gonna delete his memories, alright? Because he's able to hear us right now. Maybe he cannot, control his body, but he's able to hear us. Sorry, Bakugo, but Shinso here is need to get into the first place of the sport festival. As Shinso said, alright. Now, when I will gonna stop controlling your mind, you will gonna forget everything happened in the last 30 minutes, alright? As the, brainwashed Bakugo nodded his head. After that, the match started, and Shinso just saying walk out of the ring, and Bakugo just done that. After that, he just said inside his mind for Bakugo to forget everything that happened in the last 30 minutes, and also to just walk out of the ring and stop brainwashing him. After that, is really surprised everyone that even Bakugo, the strongest, someone that was seemingly so strong with his so awakened quirk and his, martial arts of fighting with his legs and, hands, they all got surprised that Bakugo could just walk out of the ring and getting Shinso into the first place. And the serum, or when they start giving medals, all my jumping down and give Bakugo the Todoroki the third place medal, Bakugo the second place, and getting into Shinso as he said, "Well, young Shinso, you broke all the expectations of everyone in this stadium. I am sure that nobody ever saw this coming. You have shown such a great determination and such a great strength. With your power, I'm sure that you will gonna become a great hero in the future. That if you want, of course." As after that, Shinso said, "Thanks, All Might." As All Might said, "You have really shown everyone here what is really mean to go even further beyond, plus ultra." As everyone starts getting happy and Shinso smiling up to the sky looking into Izuku, and start tearing a little bit because if it wasn't for Izuku, nothing of this will gonna happen. As after the ceremony finally ended, Izuku and Shinso meet up after everything, and they start talking together, Shinso thanking Izuku for everything and hugging him and telling him that he wants to take the medal for himself. Because of Izuku, he won the sport festival, as Izuku refuses, but Shinso just brainwashed him and put the medal around his neck, and after that he just unbrainwashed Izuku, as Izuku just take it after chuckling to himself a little bit. He told Toga and, Bakugo and, his Inko to go back into the house alone, and Toga told Izuku that she will gonna meet him tomorrow because she have some things to do, because Izuku having some sort of a timer for Toga to kill people on it. And she just gone back to her house while Bakugo and Inko going back to their house. Izuku start walking down the street in the middle of the night, or it's getting nighttime, as Ryuk behind of him said, "So, what was the point of all of this? Of making Shinso get into Class 1A? As Izuku said, "Shinso will be a great hero. His quirk is great, and he will be such a great hero indeed in the future." "Yeah, but I just doesn't understand what's the point of all of this." "Isn't it obvious, Ryuk? I'm gonna make them all think that Shinso is Reaper. I'm gonna make them all think that he was the reason for all those people death, for everybody death. I'll make sure that he will gonna be the one to kill all Class 1A and all Class 1B. He will be the one that Principal Nezu will gonna put in the prison, not me. And when the time will gonna come, and when all hopes will be lost for him, he will have no choice other than joining me." As Ryuk speak up and said, "You're planning to put all the blame on him?" "Yeah, isn't it that obvious? Ryuk, do you really think that I just became his friend because friendship?" "I became friend with him just because his quirk, just because I want to use him, and that's what I will gonna do, all according to Keikaku. I will gonna make them all think that he is the villain, that he is Reaper. But now, I'll gonna play the face of the friendly friend of Shinso for now," as Ryuko starts chuckling saying, "You really are such a psychopath. I'm really enjoying myself. You were right when you said that this is gonna deserve every second of it." As Izuku said, did I ever lie to you, Ryuk?" As Ryuk said, "Never. I'll admit it, you never lied to me. About things will gonna be interesting." As Izuku said, "Yeah. And from now on, the game shall start." As Izuku just opening the Death Note, and he just closed it back, after just putting the pencil inside of it and taking his phone out to see if anybody is walking behind of him, and he see the black man again. So a little bit far from him, quite a lot far, like very, very far. As Izuku said, "He's still there. I'm gonna have to deal with him later, but for now, let's go back into the house." As Izuku finally go back into his house, and this one gonna leave it off, guys. Don't forget to like, subscribe, comment down below. Tell me what do you think about this part, and what do you think will gonna happen in the next part. Well, I have nothing more to say than Severed was here.